Alright, I'm making steak tonight, alright? Big night, making steak. Right now I have some rice going on right here. Rice looks very good, alright? It's cooking right there, it should be done by the time the steak's done. But until then, I'm gonna get started with the vegetables. Right here is I have my nice piece of steak. Absolute goodness if you ask me. Absolute goodness. Alright, so let's go ahead. Before we get the steak started, I want to get the vegetables, alright, going. Right here I have garlic. Absolute goodness. I have some onion, plenty of onion, some cabbage, alright, and then I have some spices. I have crushed pepper, I have cayenne, alright, absolute goodness. So we're going to have onions and cabbage for the vegetable. We're gonna have rice over here, and we're gonna have a steak. Absolute goodness. All right, so let's get started on this. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get out some tools so I can slice up the garlic. Right here, I have a garlic shredder right here. All right, absolute goodness. All right, and don't forget to have soya sauce. Absolute goodness. All right, let me go ahead and get my cutting board. Take a cutting board and I'm just going to cut up some of these onions, alright, get them ready for the mixturation. So I'm going to take the onion, alright, and cut up the onion from a side like this, alright, and then cut it like that. So I do this so I can get the outside, the skin of the onion, which is hard to chew. I want to get that off, get that away, because it's tough. Alright, now I'm going to take the onion, and then I have a leftover piece of onion, and I'm going to get this, and I'm going to cut this up properly right here. Absolute goodness, alright. And then slice this onion like that. Drop the piece down on the stove, doesn't matter, I'm going to get that in a little bit. Going to get the onion. Alright. Oh man, this is smelling good, so good, absolute goodness. Alright, I like my onion to be in larger slices because I like to have the bite of the onion and not just like itty bitty pieces. Alright, so I have the onion slice accordingly. Alright, got that going on right there, put that there. Put the deal on here like this. Alright, so I have some of the deal right there. And then I'm going to put more deal in here. Alright, great. Now on this, I'm going to add a little bit of soya sauce. So this is going to be the flavoration that I add to the steak when it's almost done. Alright, so put a little bit of that. Put a little bit of garlic in there. Alright. Put a little bit of oil in here. Absolute goodness. Alright. And a little bit of cumin on top of that right there. Alright, smelling good, smelling great. Can't wait to have my steak. Absolute goodness. So mix that up right here, and I'm gonna put this to the side, and I'm gonna get started on my vegetables, alright? Alright, so I'm gonna just bring this up here. I'm gonna turn that on. This right here is the cabbage. Alright, now this is gonna start to saute. Okay. Put that in there. I'm gonna saute steamer rate, so I'm gonna click it down. So I'm gonna get a top to put on top of that. And I'm gonna add a little bit of water. So it boiled right in. So now I'm going to let the water evaporate out of here, okay? This is a term that I learned in chef school. It's called evaporate. All right, let the water evaporate out of the pan.
Absolute goodness. Let me get something to turn all of this around. Oh, this pan is heating up.
Right here. Get my tongs. Maybe even a spatula. Absolute goodness. Alright. Alright, so I have all of this. I'm going to rotate it just to make sure it cooks evenly. The water is almost evaporated, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of oil in the pan, because in a second the water is going to be all out and it's going to start to frietate. Alright, and you need some oil in there or it's going to burn. Alright, so I have the water in there. You see it's already started to toast up on some areas. And then I'm just going to make a little area in the center where I'm going to add the onion. Oh, the pan's hot for the steak. I'm about to add that to it. Add some onion and some garlic. Not all of it, just some of it. And then I'm going to put the steak right in the pan. Watch this. All right, it's friedating. It's friedating. Absolutely. All right. Pan's really hot. Gonna let this keep on simmertating. Absolute goodness. The rice should be close to getting done. Gonna let the heat start to sear the steak quite a bit. Meanwhile, I'm gonna check up on the cabbage with the onions in there. Absolute goodness. Steak is smelling oh so good in the neighborhood. Let this frietate. I'm not going to need this anymore. Absolute goodness. Turn the fire up because I want this to start to saute a little bit. Not all day, just a little bit. This is fine. Now look at this. It's starting to sear a little bit. You see that? That's exactly what I want. I want those sear marks to go on right there. All right. Absolute goodness. Oh man, this is smelling good. Smelling good, smelling great. Oh boy, I'm about to have me a steak. All right. Absolute goodness. So this fried a little bit. Now I'm going to flip this steak and let that sear, okay? So this is going to sear right here. Meanwhile, I'm going to add the onion. I'm just going to put it on top for right now, but I'm going to shift it to the side. Turn the pan down a little bit. And a lot of people are going to be looking at me like this is the wrong thing, but I'm going to add a drop of water to the pan. In a second. I've got to let it sear on the side, on the bottom, and make sure that it toast rates on that side, on the bottom side. Absolute goodness. Now I'm going to shift the onions, or onions as we say in France, to the side and let them saute. Not all day, just for a little bit. Let me check up on the cabbage and see how it's doing over here. Really good. Absolute goodness. You see how it's starting to toast rate some on here? Oh, this is smelling good, smelling great. Oh man, I can't wait to have this steak. All right, and what I'm gonna do with the steak is I'm going to let this right here drip down onto this right here. Absolute goodness. Turn the flame off. All right, now the steak should be done on both sides. Turn it off. And that's how you make, oh, you want to see the rice? Take that off. There you have it. Steak, rice with cabbage. Absolute goodness, if you ask me. Absolute goodness.